Hey, Krystal, what is your name? What is your industry? And what is your problem?
Hi, Steve. My name is Krystal. I am in the health and wellness industry. And my problem is, how do I stand out and communicate to the world how I'm different and like really just standing out in a literally a sea of people who are all coaching in this health and wellness industry?
All right. Okay. So are you doing it in person or are you doing it online?
Mostly virtual.
Mostly virtual. Is that because of COVID or was that your chosen platform?
It was escalated by COVID. That was always the goal, the end game. So yeah, escalated by COVID, but that is definitely where I'd want to be is virtual.
That was the destination. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Okay, good. So, and have you ever looked at yourself on digital, whether it be social websites, and compared yourself to other people?
I think I do it in my mind when I scroll through my Instagram feed and I go, oh, I'm not as successful as her, or, that I've done it in that way.
All right. The danger is that 90% of our prospects, our eyeballs, before they become clients or customers, are uneducated. So they look at you and they go, well, what is she doing differently to someone else? She's like walking up and you know nothing about cars, or taking a 2-year-old and going, well, that's a Rolls Royce and that's a Kia. As far as the 2-year-old's concerned, they're both cars. So we want to find out where you differentiate. And first of all, we've got to find out, how are you so similar to other people? You've almost got to recognize this competition before you can kind of rock the boat and rock the cradle. So every fitness woman out there is gorgeous and looks great in spandex and looks, wonderful with the cleavage and these moves that you just think, my God, how do you get your leg up there? Are you very similar to everybody else? And you've got to be brutal. Scroll through all of the top people that are in your space and ask yourself, do I look like just another one of those? And if you did, what do you think your answer would be?
I would be discouraged if I looked and sounded like all those other women. I feel like I don't. I feel like that's where my edge is that, I'm not the one posting pictures of myself in spandex and, showing off my abs. And, I'm very much more modest in a sense, but also like the physical outcome of health is not really what I'm about.
So the physical aspect of health is not what you're about. Enlighten me. What is it about?
I always say that weight loss is a side effect of living a healthy lifestyle, of your mental and emotional health, as well as your, systemic health, right? Your blood sugar, cholesterol, those things being in the right alignment, being in harmony with each other. So my focus with my health clients is always much more on the mental and emotional aspect of things so that the physical part of it is easier to implement.
So are you competing health versus physical?
Ooh,
You see, let's
perhaps.
be blunt. If I go to a gym and I see this guy there and he's a personal trainer, if the guy's 230 pound and fat like a couch, I'm not going to want to get trained by him. But if the guy's chiseled, and especially if he's my age, I'm going to go, that's the guy. Because I'm looking at it for physicality. I'm looking at it with my eyeballs. Screw the health. I don't care if I can run 10 feet. If I look like that, I'm happy. So I'm going with a goal in mind. When you look at physical experts, and again, we're going back to the female society, most people that are going to want to get trained by someone is because that person is their end goal. They want to look good in those abs. They want to look good in those tiny tight shorts, even if it's just for them. I'm not trying to say it's all sexual and they want to look like a sex object, but in that kind of world, They're going, well, I want to look like that. That person looks like the goal I want to be. But this conversation's not about the physicality. This conversation you're having is about the health. So I'm wondering, are you actually arguing oranges for oranges?
I'm starting to see that. No.
Okay, bingo. Okay, so we went in for what, 5 minutes 30, and we've already had a breakthrough. When you're comparing yourself, make sure you compare yourself with a like, and make sure you're comparing yourself with an uneducated like. Okay, so you can literally now start to rock the boat, and you can actually say on your website, on your social feeds, like you have a website, correct?
Yes.
And what social platforms do you use?
Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, that was a trick question.
And YouTube.
All right, still a trick question. The next time I ask you that question, you should say all of them, Steve.
Oh. Okay.
All right. The point is, on your social, if you're posting a video on YouTube, why should that video not be posted on TikTok? If you're making a statement on Instagram, why should that statement not be made on Pinterest? You see, social platforms are not your decision. Social platforms are points of media consumption. Let me play a little game with you. If you get a bunch of your friends together and you go, hey, I want to play a game tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the evening over cocktails. We're going to talk about the news of the day. When you all get together at 5 o'clock that evening, you're all going to talk about the same points of news that made it into the headlines. Okay. But then the next question wants to be, where did you get that news from? Someone may say, I got it from the radio. I got it from CNBC. I got it from ABC. I got it from CNN. You see, where they got that news from was nothing more than a point of consumption. Media platforms are points of consumption. Don't try and get people to come to your station, go to theirs. So the first thing you should do is you should go onto all social platforms. And when you say, well, which ones are the best? The ones that get the conversation going. So anything you post anywhere, do not change, stick it on every other platform.
Okay.
Because a lot of people will go, well, I wanted to post this on Facebook, but I changed it for Instagram, and then I altered it for LinkedIn, and then I got rid of it for Pinterest because it didn't really fit them up. Apple doesn't change its message on any platform. Nike doesn't change. It's the exact same company. The first thing you've got to do to stand out is to stand up. All right? Whatever you're posting, get that piece of content. And that's the only damn thing you post everywhere. Okay? Yes. That's the first thing. Now, once you've done that and you've started to get into the habit of that, you can then look at the other people that are your, and again, air quotes here, your competition. And are they yelling the same message, or are they yelling physicality? Are they yelling, hey, if you do my exercise, you too will have a waist and, bottom like this? Or are they promoting health? So basically, is the conversation the same? And I'm guessing from the hesitation at the beginning of our conversation, you're actually going up against people that are arguing physicality over health.
Right. Yes.
And your first question was, how do you stand out? You don't have to, because you're not in the same conversation. So then what you can do is you can start, now that you know that you're not in the same conversation, you can start helping people understand the difference. You can actually do a video and go, hey, we're going to be, and what do you work on? Do you work on exercises? Do you work on eating? What do you show your videos on?
Most of them are on the mindset and then implementing habits. So habit stacking.
So is the habit, what is the habit stacking? Enlighten us more.
Yeah. So taking one change at a time, implementing one change at a time. So say if somebody wants to be a vegan, right? I'm not going to tell you, okay, go vegan tomorrow. I'm going to tell you, okay, cut out beef. And then next week, beef and pork. And the next week, beef, pork, and chicken, right? So sort of that like taking those small steps towards trying to get to the end goal.
Have you ever put a video out arguing the difference between health and physicality?
No.
Don't you think? You see, the first way to stand up is to have a voice. Okay. So if you start arguing certain points, it's going to resonate. Now, the first thing you've got to do before you start yelling is you got to own your statement. If you're going to stand up and go, I think this is baloney, you've got to own that. Okay. And you've also got to be aware that you've got to back it up. You know, I get a lot of people yell at me for some of the things I say, and I don't care because it's me and I'm only communicating with the people I want to communicate with, and it's those people that we share the same opinions of. So I think one of the things you may want to start doing is when you're actually doing your videos, start questioning it. Maybe the beginning of the video will be like, hey, are you looking to change your physical appearance, or are you looking to get healthier? And are you aware there's a difference? Today, I'm going to talk to you about the difference between physicality and healthness. All right. And actually put it out there. Get people to go, oh, I never thought of that. I know people as, I'm in my 50s. My health is way more important to me now than maybe my abs that left me 30 years ago. So, given the choice about what I would work on, I'd work on a healthier lifestyle. I do work on a healthier lifestyle as opposed to it. And working on a healthier lifestyle, the byproduct is that you end up losing a lot of weight. And the byproduct is that, but it's a byproduct. It's not it's great icing, but I can literally go playing around on a motorbike track with my son and kind of keep up with him for most of the day. So if you start owning your message, owning your voice, and shouting what you believe in and the differences, and disrupting the cart by shouting the difference between physical versus health, which I think you've admitted already you don't do.
Right. Yes.
How long have you been in business?
I've been in business for 2 years as what I am right now, but I have been in this industry for 17 years.
All right. Okay. So you've got credibility. You've been around for 17 years. You've been focusing on this element of the online virtual presence for 2 years. How many clients do you have?
12.
You have 12. Okay. So how many people do you have on social?
I'd say collectively 3,000.
3,000. All right. You don't need to market. You need to converse. You have, how many clients do you want? I always, whenever I coach with a client, first question I ask them is, what's your number? Now you're doing an online thing. Okay. So we all know in the online programs, you could be training 10 or you could be training 10,000. It's still the same thing. So do you have a number of how many clients you want in your program?
100 clients.
Fine. So you've got, number. Okay. So 100 clients is your number. You've got 3,000 people and you've already got 12. Okay. So you want 100 clients. So we know that you've only got to get 88 people to join your group. It's becoming a lot easier when you start looking at it like this, doesn't it?
Yes.
So what's to stop you starting to get a little bit more vocal? First of all, look at your website, which should be your trophy chest. And then all the links for your social should be on there. Because your website's your trophy chest, your social was an insight into who you really are. Understand that they are different things. You show off on your website. Hey, seen on CNBC. I was awarded the top this. I've got that, that's all the kind of like, look at me. That's your trophy chest. On social, it's you digging into a salad and then giving the 3 reasons why. You walking your dog. You talking about this with a client, you just doing a 30-second video going, hey, I got this question this morning. Interesting question, but this was my answer to it. If you share the same problem, you now have the solution. Thanks for listening to me. Little, as Roland Frazier calls them, snackables, little nuggets. Okay. I love his word, snackables. Yeah. So I don't know. He's probably patented it somehow and they charged me for mentioning it. But start looking at your social today after this and look at it and go, is it actually saying what I want people to hear? Or is it displaying what I think I should look like to other people? Like, you get a lot of people to spend so much time with hair and makeup before they jump on a video so that they look good, and then they talk bollocks.
Right.
It doesn't matter what you look like. It matters how you can solve someone else's problem. And there are people out there, maybe overweight people, going, "Oh, I can't join that course over there by that supermodel fitness guru influencer that's never been overweight in her life, because I can't." And she's not understanding the difference between the physical aspect versus the health. But if you were to start making that statement, going, hey, you could be 200 pounds and be healthier,
Right.
you could, and the byproduct will be this. So we're talking about a healthy lifestyle, not about how good you look in short shorts.
Right.
I would defy you to see if you actually have that message being stated in your social now.
It's very muddled. There's some version of it, but it's not that easily consumed.
All right. So a confused client will never give you that credit card.
Right.
Now, I don't care what you stand for, but I care that it's clear. Because until it's clear, I can't make a decision as to whether or not I like you.
Right.
So if you're all about, hey, I only eat red M&Ms. Well, if I hate red M&Ms, it's now become very easy for me to know whether or not I like you. I don't like red M&Ms. You do. We're not going to get on. But hey, this is my girl. Red M&Ms forever. I want to stick with her. You need to be crystal clear in today's world of mass distortion and distraction. You need to be crystal clear, and people have run out of patience. We have a short fuse today. We want to be able to listen to this and go, does that make sense to me? Yes, it does. I'm tuning in. And if you're muddling and confusing your clients, they're going to walk away. Or prospects, should I say.
Right.
So maybe look back at, first of all, give us one of your social handles. What is your Instagram social handle?
It's Krystal.Quagliara.
All right. Okay. So what is the name of your company?
Crystallized Health Advisors.
Can you probably get Crystallized Health as a social?
Oh, that'd be way better. Yeah.
Well, because the word health is in there. So, and the other thing is to then see if you can get like I'm Steve D. Sims everywhere. Website, social, pick a social. I'm Steve D. Sims. Okay. I don't understand why people are Krystal_-123 here, and then Krystal does health and Krystal loves donuts over here. There's no need for that. And everyone loves donuts. But, you should first of all look at your social and go, okay, is it the same name everywhere? And the downside about, you got a really cool name, but if people don't know who you are, how many people do you think are randomly going to fall on you? But if you add the word Krystal Health, how many people do you think would go, oh, I'm looking for health. Oh, here's Krystal Health. Now I'm in.
Right.
So look up all social feeds and see if you can get the name change. You can actually apply to have your name changed once you've got a certain amount. If you've got 3,000, you can actually apply to have the name changed. But first of all, just go onto Instagram and type in Krystal Health and see if there's a Krystal Health there. Now, luckily, this is going to be released, a few months after we're doing it now. So you've got time. No one's at the other end of this video going, well, I'm going to grab Krystal Health and charge her $1,000 for it. So go into Krystal Health and find out if you can get it across all social platforms, including Pinterest and TikTok. Now, and before I'm going to get shouted at, TikTok and Pinterest are great female markets. They are brilliant female markets. Okay. Especially Pinterest. Do you have a Pinterest account?
No.
Will you today?
Yes.
All right. And whatever you post on Instagram, where are you going to post that?
Everywhere else.
Bingo, Krystal. Good. We're getting into it now. That's where you're going to start getting across all medium platforms with your voice, making you impossible to misunderstand. Thanks, Brian Kurtz, for that beautiful statement. Make yourself impossible to misunderstand and get people to relate to you, because you're going to now start signifying and outlining the difference between one on the other. And that's where you're going to stand up.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I love it, Steve.
All right. Does that help?
Immensely. Yes.
Good, good, good. Well, then in that case, I think we'll just draw a line there, but I do want to make sure you get out there. If you find that Krystal Health can't be grabbed, then maybe you do, KKQ Health, but do something with your name in it, with health in it, so that people would, and again, not fitness, because you're not a fitness influencer, you're a health influencer. Right. All right. So focus on getting health into that name, make them uniform across all platforms, and then be prepared for a little bit of backlash, but start standing up to your true north, to your true message of what you stand for. Make it crystal clear, and what you post on LinkedIn gets posted everywhere.
Yes.
All right.
I love it. Thank you so much, Steve. This has been really helpful.
Thanks for being part of Sims Distillery and the Speakeasy family. We're going to post this on YouTube. I hope it helps somebody else. And drop a note when it comes out in the Entrepreneur's Advantage and the Speakeasy group, just to show us how you're getting on with it.
I will. I'm excited to share that.
All the best, and enjoy cold Chicago.
Thanks, Steve.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Steve Sims, and I hope you liked that episode of Being Coached by Steve Sims. Subscribe over here. Watch some other cool videos over here. Or for your chance to be coached by me for the YouTube series, join here at simsdistillery.com.